Hey everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. I want to get set up. I want to talk about the earnings trades we had yesterday and just kind of go over some things. We did trade Chipotle. We tried to get on Amazon. If you don't remember, if you didn't watch the video from yesterday, we tried to do an iron condor on Amazon. We did a vertical put spread on Chipotle. And we didn't trade Twitter, but it is interesting due to how the stock's turning out with Facebook being down 20% on their earnings. Now Twitter's down 17%, and looks like the stock is struggling a little bit. So let me get into Chipotle since that's the only open trade we have on here, and just to kind of give you a look here what happened. Let's go Chipotle. So Chipotle last quarter, you can see they went up about $100, and they went up $30 today. It's up to roughly 6% on the 1-year chart. If you're not familiar with Chipotle, they've been struggling due to I think since 2015 or so. Yeah, they hit a high of 758, and they've just been riding it down due to people getting sick at their stores and all that, and now they're really getting their act together. But the interesting thing here is here. Chipotle, I guess diners are spending more and avocados cost less, but they're making huge headway. They got a new CEO. He actually used to be the Taco Bell CEO last year, and it's just they're just trying to turn the ship around. So I had on the let's go Chipotle. So yesterday I had on the 447.50 and the 445 vertical put spread. I sold one that was in the money, and I bought the one that was out of the money. It was a small 1-to-1 ratio. It was $1.25 credit for $1.25 max loss. So it was a 1-to-1 ratio. I like that setup. I was bullish on Chipotle. I made quite a bit of money on them, being bullish on them. But I'm going to try to close this trade out now. I don't know if we're going to be able to here. Due to them being kind of worthless. I don't want to really pay that much, other than like a penny or two, because I don't really think it's going to be coming down that much today. Today is expiration, so let's try to get, let's put it in for 2 cents, see what happens. If it doesn't get filled, I will just let it, it's not going to get filled here. What's the mark on it? The mark is saying 3 cents. If your position doesn't get filled, you can, I'll try 3 cents, but that's the most I'm going to do, just to kind of close it out here, clean it up. If your position doesn't get filled, you can just let it expire. Today's expiration. If it expires, it's not getting filled here. Let me just cancel this order. I'll keep the extra dollars, I guess. But what I was saying, since these are so far out of the money, today's expiration. Also, Chipotle is it's not that liquid, and some of these have 0 bids, especially down here, and ours are coming up on that. People are trying to sell it. Some people are asking that, and it's kind of wide markets right here. But you can just let these expire worthless if it's out of the money. Now, if these were in the money, you definitely don't want to expire, because you're going to get assigned stock, and it's going to be if you don't have the money in your account for 100 shares of stock, then you're going to be in trouble. If you weren't already assigned already, because today is expiration Friday, you might have very good possibility of getting assigned the stock if you're in the money on expiration Friday and you have you're short some strikes here, short some contracts. So the other one that I want to look at, yesterday we tried to get in on Amazon, and I kind of wish we did. My order didn't fill here, and I was trying to get in at close. I like to put in orders closer to closes, because there's a lot of movement during the day. And Amazon beat earnings, but they missed on the revenue, and they were only up 2%. That's $40. That's pretty good. But the option pricing was expected move. If you don't remember the option chain, it was expected move of $100. So I tried to put on a 1-to-1 ratio iron condor, and it just wasn't getting filled because the pricing was just getting really, really strange at close. Like it was saying like I was going to get a $202.50 credit when I knew it was really only worth like $1 or $1.25, and I just couldn't get a fill. So I didn't feel good about it. So when I force trades, I don't like to force trades because when I force them, I feel like I'm going to lose on it. And if I can't get in at the price that I want, I just kind of move on. And it's a good way to stay disciplined. And it's right within range. You know, it only moved 2%, so we would have collected max profit on that because today is expiration Friday. Theta and the IV crush would have just killed it. Let's see what the IV rank is right now, and you can see Chipotle IV down here got crushed as well. So, like I said before, I really like to sell options during earnings because you got a lot of things working for you. You got Theta and you got the IV crush. I don't usually typically buy premium. Obviously, that would have worked out well for Facebook and Twitter. But if it doesn't move more than 5 or 10%, it's very hard to make money buying options during earnings. And you can see that the IV. I thought the IV would come down a little bit, but it hasn't really. Market's kind of struggling today. We got kind of mixed Dow's up, S&P's down, Nasdaq's down. Kind of some mixed markets today. So, you know, they Amazon. Let's see here. They missed on revenue, but they came in double per share. So they're up modestly, but I mean the stock's been running. So I didn't think it was gonna. I did a neutral play on it because the stock has been running for quite a long time here. I mean, it's doubled in the last year, and it's just been running the last month or two. And AWS, I think they said there was 49% growth in AWS. That's right here. Amazon's cloud service reaccelerated service growth, 49% year over year, despite increased competition from Microsoft and Google. And Microsoft is absolutely crushing it in the cloud game right now, especially with Office 365 and that Office suite as well. So definitely wish I got in on that, but I couldn't get the pricing. And sometimes when it happens like that, it's best just not to force it. Now Twitter is another story. I didn't trade Twitter, if you remember yesterday, because I said that I have some stock I've been holding since like $19 a share is my average, and I did actually have some calls in here for September that are now down. But looks like they missed their monthly active user number. I think by about 3 million. Yeah, monthly active users worth 335 versus 338 expected. Revenue was good, but the one thing that was a little bit worrisome for the report as well is the company issued weak guidance between 215 and 235 million. Full year projections decline. So like Facebook and Twitter, I don't know, this probably is going to not look so good for Snapchat stock as well. So, could be a play there for their earnings to get short Snapchat. But looks like, social media is struggling. People are spending less time on there, what the case is. Even though Twitter did have their first profitable quarter last quarter, they're still generating some cash. So, it's just one bad quarter, so we'll see what happens here. They've been, Twitter, I didn't like trading Twitter for earnings because, like I said yesterday, I mean, they've gone from 32 to 47 in just a couple weeks. I mean, it was insane. It was great. I traded some options, made a lot of money, but stalled out, and then it could either go either way, up or down. And I didn't really think it was going to go much higher. And I own stock already, so I didn't really want to get too much more involved in this. But interesting chart here. I mean, they've had a nice run from 15 to 47, and if it comes back down here to the 30s, might be good time to get in. But I guess we'll see what happens. Also depends on how the business is doing. A lot of factors here, but that's kind of what we were looking at for the options trading here for yesterday. And some of the things that we did, like I said, I can't close out Chipotle, so I'm just going to let it expire worthless. I'm going to collect max profit on that, so that's nice. If you have any questions, let me know if you made any of these trades. Leave a comment below. definitely like and subscribe to this channel.